Good morning and welcome to Beatrice Weekly Health Tips. I hope you're doing well. Last time I talked about constipation, so the next subject is enema, of course. I told you that I recommended enema quite often to my patient, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the reasons I'm doing that. So, why do we want to do enemas in our modern days? Well, it's the best and healthier way to relieve constipation. No matter what the constipation is coming from, no matter what the reasons are, that's something that needs to be addressed, of course. And I'm not saying that you should do enema for the rest of your life. But if you do have constipation, if you have a child with constipation, then please don't hesitate to do an enema because it's the best way to relieve constipation very quickly, on the moment, and without pain. What can do enema for you? Well, it can relieve pain, any kind of pain in the body. It can be a headache, a migraine. I have experienced that firsthand. I used to have migraines. And a coffee enema will relieve migraine in an instant. It's really in an instant. It can be joint pain, muscle pain, any kind of body aches. It can be foggy brain. That's also very interesting. As soon as you clear the colon, you'll see that your brain gets clearer. Not only the headache goes away, but the fog goes away as well. It's very, very interesting. Fatigue can be helped by enema. Feeling of the weather. You know, you have a cold, you have a flu, you have been coming back from a trip like I do with jet lag, coffee enema. It's really a pearl of our, I would say, tools in the box of natural medicine. So please don't be shy, and I'll explain a little bit more. We can do enema with water. That's the first thing to do and to start with if you have never done it. Do it with water. Then you can put a little bit of salt. So in a quart of water, you would put a half teaspoon of sea salt or a full teaspoon of sea salt, and be sure that it's well dissolved. We can do chamomile enema because it's going to soothe the colon. And of course, liver enema, coffee enema, which is going to help the liver, increase glutathione. It's known to reduce cancer because it was prone by Dr. Max Gerson on his cancer protocol. How in the hell, I'm going to say, do you do a coffee enema? Well, you see on the picture that I chose here, the little equipment that you need. You need what we call an enema bucket, and this one is stainless steel. They are not the most practical. I prefer the plastic one. The plastic have the advantage that it's clear and you can see where your liquid is at. It's more manipulable also. And from the bucket, you have a hose, a hole and a hose. And at the end of the hose, you have a little speculum that will go into your rectum. The length of the tube, the plastic tube, it may be like 3 or 4 feet, maybe 5 feet maximum. So what you do is to order this equipment first. You can order that on the internet. You're going to order coffee. There is coffee that is specific to do coffee enemas, and there are coffee that are not specific. You can basically use both, but I prefer that you buy the non-roasted coffee that are made for the purpose of coffee enema. But if you have nothing else, just do it with regular coffee, organic of course. Then you need to find a space that is just your moment, your space, and you're going to lie down on your right side. So either you are in your bathroom with a blanket, a comforter, something very comfortable that you can lie down on, or you can be on a bed, or you can be on a portable bed, whatever suits your needs and also how your bathroom is organized, you know, how far you are from the bathrooms, etc. Personally, I have a downstairs with an extra bed, and I just organize my little time there. And next to the bed, there is a bathroom, so it's very practical. But before I had this arrangement in the US, I was just in my bathroom, closing the door. Nobody would bother me, and not even the dogs. And I would just lie down on several layers of blanket. My bathroom was very small, so don't be shy if you don't have a fancy place, you know. So you lie down on your right side. First of all, you're going to fill out the liquid in your bucket. The liquid has to be at your body temperature. So whatever 96, 97 degree Fahrenheit maximum, you want to test that water temperature on the inside of your wrist to know that it's not too hot so you don't burn yourself. And you need a hook. You need to hook this enema bucket much higher than your body, where your body lies. Otherwise, it won't go down the tube. So if I'm lying down on the floor, I usually hold my bucket on a door handle. Very simple. But in my other arrangements downstairs, I just hang it on a hook that my husband nicely put there. You need a lubricant. So on the picture you see they put a picture of a super salve. It has to be natural. Please don't put anything that is petroleum based like most of the lubricants are. This is nonsense to put petroleum right there in your rectum where it's going to go directly into your bloodstream. So you can put a natural salve. You can buy beef tallow, that's perfect. You can also use coconut oil, butter, ghee, duck fat, whatever. But whatever you're going to put there, your body is going to absorb it. So no chemical, please. And you lie down comfortably, cozy. You can make a little nice space for you with music. Usually I take reading with me, so you take your time. The way I recommend to do these enemas is first to do a water enema, simply water, in order to release the stools that are waiting in your colon. If you don't do that, you won't be able to hold your coffee enema. So you do a water enema, you hold it as long as you can or don't, it doesn't matter. If you feel the pressure to go to the bathroom, then you go to the bathroom, you liberate yourself. And you may have to do that one time or two times or 2 or 3 times, whatever it takes that you feel that your colon is not full of stools waiting to be eliminated. After that, you do your coffee enema. So same thing, the coffee enema needs to be at the body temperature, so you warm it up and then you put it in your water bucket. And I forgot to give you the recipe for the coffee enema. Very simple. It's 1 quart of water, 3 tablespoons, rounded tablespoons of coffee. Boil it for 15 minutes. Be careful, it goes overboard easily. Then simmer. Boil it for 3 minutes. Then simmer 15 minutes. Then let it cool down. Filter it. So I filter it with a sieve, and then I put a cloth in there so there's no more little coffee particles left over. You can also use a coffee filter, like a non-bleach coffee filter. I've done that for years. And it just takes time to go through the coffee filter, but you can prepare it the night before, and in the morning when it's all filtered out, you just warm it up. That's what I used to do. And so then you put your liquid coffee in the bucket, and still lying down, go gently. You have a spigot that will able you to control the debit, the speed at which the liquid goes in your rectum. So go slow. You can certainly regulate the spigot. It may take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 1 minute for the coffee to go in. And then you close the spigot, you take the tube out of your rectum, and you lie for 12 to 15 minutes maximum with the coffee inside of you. Why do we do that? Because the coffee has to go through the hemorrhoidal vein into your venous system, through the portal vein, through the liver. And in 12 to 15 minutes, it will do that 3 or 4 times. And it will stimulate your liver's production of bile, and it will also stimulate the glutathione production. Now, while you're lying down with the coffee inside of you, some people can't hold it. That's okay. You need to relieve yourself. Some people can hold it 2 or 3 or 5 or 6 minutes. That's okay. Just do what you can. And as you start cleaning out, you'll see that it will be easier and easier for that coffee to stay in you, specifically when your colon is becoming cleaner and is not stacked up with stools waiting to pass. What I also recommend is not necessarily to stay on your right side like the original recipe says, but you can lie down on your back, you can lie on your left side, you could a little move around, still lying down, but from one side to the next, see what's more comfortable, and you can also massage your belly. When you massage your belly, you help the liquid to go a little bit deeper, and the deeper it's going to go, the better you're going to clean up. So don't be shy, don't be completely paralyzed and stuck. The water is not going to come out, the liquid is not coming out. Your sphincters are working very well. So don't worry about that. People don't have accidents doing that. And during that time, you read, you listen to music, you meditate, you do whatever you want, but you are with yourself. And then after that, you go release yourself. So you evacuate all the liquid like you've done with the water. All the coffee will come out. And then you wait, because the coffee will stimulate the peristaltism of your colon. And you'll feel a little bit of cramping, like you may have to go again. And that is very interesting, because I feel and believe that what is being eliminated at that time is stools that come from higher, from upper in your colon, eventually stools that just came from the small intestine into your colon. So this waiting time on the toilet, which can be 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe at the maximum, maybe 30 minutes. Actually, some people have told me that it took them hours before they felt that, what I call that second wave of coffee enema release. And if that's the case, you just go on to your life. You don't have to stay on the toilet all day. So you can go on and shower and clean up, and you'll see eventually the need to eliminate an hour, 2 hours later, and that's okay. That's the most interesting part, I think, of the coffee enema, because that's where you're going to eliminate really maybe old stools that have stayed there for a long, long time, or bacteria, yeast, parasite, who knows? We really don't know. But those coffee enemas are really an amazing thing to do. Last thing, after the coffee enema, I recommend to do a probiotic implant. What you do is simply take a probiotic, so it can be a capsule, open up a capsule, put it in a minimum of water, 1 ounce, 2 ounces, and for that you use like a ear or a baby enema kit, a very small container, not your enema bucket, but you buy a baby ear cleaner or nose cleaner, or simply like a syringe on which you can push. You dilute your probiotic with that, and you inject it in your rectum, and you keep it. You keep it as long as you can. I mean, if you go to the bathroom the next day, then that's fine. The longer it stays, the longer the probiotic will stay in your rectum, the better it will be, because the probiotic will go up and up and up and up and up and start cleaning up the unfriendly bacteria that you may have sitting there. So that's the best procedure, I believe, from experience, of doing water and coffee enema. And you're welcome to put comments and ask me questions if you have any. I know it's a little bit scary when you've never done it, but believe me, when you try it, you'll be very happy that you did. Okay, enough about that. I wish you a wonderful week and tell you give you a rendezvous next week. Bye bye.